Hi everyone, this is Dredgen and today I'll be unboxing and giving you my first impression on the newly released Razer Huntsman Mini 60% gaming keyboard. I wanted to have this video up as soon as possible so those who will be purchasing it will have a reference as to how the retail version is, since most of the videos that are on YouTube right now are actually from creators who received the keyboard in advance. Also, I will be comparing this keyboard a lot to either the Ducky 1.2 Mini or the Unpro 2, which are arguably two of the most popular 60% keyboards in the market, to give a better reference as to where this keyboard stands. Currently, there is only one switch available, which is the Purple Clicky. The red linear switch is expected to be available by August. I'm honestly not sure why it was delayed, but that option will come at a $10 premium. I ordered this one on Razer's official website, and the weird thing is that the published price for this in the US store and the Hong Kong store is around $120. But if you go to the Asia Pacific site, which is where I purchased it, the price goes up to $140. Not really a good start considering that this was also shipped from Hong Kong. I guess they had to put in additional shipping costs into the price, so that's quite unfortunate if you live in the region. It may be better to wait for a local distributor to start selling it. Here's the unboxing experience. So in the box, you get the usual paperwork and Razer sticker. The keyboard and then the USB cable. That's it. Which is quite underwhelming as both the Ducky 1.2 Mini and the Unpro 2, two keyboards that are priced lower than this, both come with accent keycaps to customize your keyboard with. Now let's go to the typing experience, which I think is the most important part that we need to talk about. The Huntsman Mini comes with Razer's optical switch. These are faster than your regular mechanical switches and are supposed to last twice as long. When I first typed on the keyboard, I immediately felt the short travel distance. I actually have not researched that before testing, so I checked online and indeed, the travel distance on this switch is shorter compared to your regular Cherry MX switches. The Huntsman Mini has a 3.5mm travel distance, meaning you reach the bottom faster. If you like to always bottom out, it allows you to reset faster and press the button again. However, you do not have to bottom out to actually press your keys. This is where the actuation point comes in. The actuation point here is at 1.5mm, meaning your key press only has to travel 1.5mm for it to be registered. The usual switch actuation is actually around 2mm, so Razer's claim of this switch being 30% faster versus the regular switch actually holds ground. However, that is a fraction of a second, and whether that translates to tangible results in game is debatable. In addition to this, the actuation point is at the same distance as the click. So once you feel the click on your key press, you can lift your finger to reset. No need to bottom out. So how does the switch feel? Well, it is light and clicky as Razer advertised. The click is very subtle in the fingers as compared to your regular switches, but it is loud. Now, a lot of things I say here will come down to preference, but at least for me, I don't like the way this keyboard feels or sound. The switches have a lot of wobble, leaving an unclean sound, and because of that, the switches feel a bit mushy. Here's how they sound. You may not be bothered by that, but I personally do not like how noisy this board is. Taking a closer look at the switch, the stem wobbles a lot and that is an issue. Other boards that have Cherry or Gateron switches do not wobble as much as this. If you purchase high-end switches, you can virtually get rid of this. But that is just half of the problem. Another problem are these stabilizers, which are actually not stable. As you can see, there is some room for this metal wire to move around, and they do. Bad Seed demonstrated the sound these make by shaking the board left to right, which I will also do here. Yes, you will not shake your board like this, but this is just an illustration of the sound that is present in most key presses that you will do. Again, you may be sensitive to this or you may not. On top of all of this, I am also a bit confused as to why you would use loud clicky boards like this for gaming. If you like the feedback of the click when you press a key, then you can get a keyboard with a tactile or brown switch. This click here will likely be picked up by your microphone if you like to chat in-game. This is why a lot of people recommend linear red switches as they are way more silent. Here are some sound comparisons. Now you may say it is unfair to compare a clicky switch with red switches, but this is the only switch that is available if you purchase it right now. If you buy this today, this is your only choice. The typing tests of the red switch version of the Huntsman Mini also have not been encouraging if you look at the videos that have been posted. They are far from silent. Between this $140 keyboard and the less than $80 Iron Pro 2, it's not even a competition for me. After discussing the typing experience in detail, let us now go to the keyboard design and layout. This is a 60% keyboard, and one of the main advantages of having this layout is the amount of desk space it gives as compared to a full-sized keyboard. This is the standard 60% layout, which lends itself well to a lot of customization options. However, the main disadvantage of a 60% keyboard are the limited keys. As you can see, you do not have a navigation cluster, a function row, and a numpad. This is still in the keyboard and are accessed by pressing the function and the corresponding key. These side prints represent the button that will be activated if function is pressed together with the button. If you use your keyboard mostly for gaming, this represents very little issue. However, if you do any amount of work, especially during these times where a lot are working from home, or you do any type of document processing, losing the arrow keys and keys like delete, home, and end can make your life miserable, so take that into consideration. If you simply cannot live without those keys, then consider a 65% layout like the Ducky 12 SF or this Drop Alt, but this one is quite expensive. 65% boards still have more or less the same footprint while being a bit easy to use for both work and gaming. Or, you can buy a pad like this, then stow it when you start gaming. That's cheating, but hey, if it works, it works. The Huntsman Mini has a floating switch design, meaning you can see the switches from the side. This is mostly made in plastic, but the top plate is made of metal. With just the rubber feet, it is almost flat, but you can choose to have it at a 6° or a 9° incline. You have 4 rubber feet, but as Brandon Taylor had on his black keyboard, mine also had a wobble on the upper right side and the lower left side. Putting up the feet did not solve this, so check this right after purchasing. Using a desk mat may help, but I still felt it on mine. The keycaps feel very nice. These are double shot PBT, backlit, and the prints are sharp, which is not easy to manufacture. These are really excellent keycaps. The cable is a detachable USB Type-C. Looks really good in white, though I'm a bit concerned if it will get dirty over time. It is replaceable, so if you prefer to have custom USB cables like this, you can. The lighting is good. There are 7 profiles by default, which I will be showing here. Since the print on the keycaps are really good, they look nice when the lights are on. And save your profiles if you need to. The keyboard has onboard storage, so you can customize the keys and LED effects, and save your profiles if you need to. The keyboard has a very simple look, which I really like, so props to Razer for that. In summary, I may get a lot of hate for this, but I do not recommend this board. I think it is way overpriced and does not offer enough to be worthy of that price tag. The only unique thing it offers are the optical switches, which feel clunky and are noisy. I would want to see Razer work on making these more stable and having a cleaner sound. That, combined with a shorter travel distance and actuation point, will make this hard to beat. With the way it is right now, I prefer traditional mechanical switches over these. If you have a full Razer setup, then you can probably justify the purchase, but if you only want that Razer look, Why not purchase an Ant Pro, then purchase some Razer keycaps? You would have a better board that looks like a Razer but is not as overpriced and even has Bluetooth. It is a decent first attempt, but the market is currently saturated with a ton of choices. You have the Unpro 2, you have the Ducky 1.2 Mini. You can purchase also the Mecha Mini, which is full aluminum at this price point. You even have the glorious GMMK. Yes, the company who made the Model O and Model D have a customizable keyboard and you can purchase it at almost the same price. Yes, it is a bit of an older model, but it seems like they will be refreshing it, so you may want to watch out for that. They just released an ad showing off an updated white version of the GMMK, which I hope I could buy. I, on the other hand, will be reselling the Huntsman Mini, as it is, in my opinion, not a good keyboard for its price.